Hello everyone, it's me Skin Girl and Afro and I'm back to do another YouTube video. I wanted to talk about the whole Summer Walker situation because I noticed that um there is a lot of conversation going around about Summer Walker, about her social anxiety, about her, hygiene habits. So I just wanted to, you come on here, break it down because I'm seeing a lot of fuckery, excuse my language, especially from the black community who is supposed to support one another. I do apologize if my voice goes in and out, but I still have my code that I had last week. It's not really cleared properly, but I do feel a lot better than I did last week. So basically, Summer Walker is a newer artist. She came out in the last 2 years. She's recently dropped her debut album, which is called Over It. Check it out. It's actually a really good album. I do enjoy it. My favorite song is called Come Through, featuring Usher. I love that song. That song is basically a sample of his song, my head is gone. Samples the song Come Through, Summer Walker and Usher samples his song You Make Me Wanna from his, second album called My Way. So yeah, it samples that song. That song is my favourite song. I also like the song Playing Games. I do really enjoy that song because that song samples Say My Name from Destiny's Child. If you it's a side of a sample or an interpolation. I'm not really too sure which one it is, but I think it's kind of like a mix of both. But anyway, to get back on topic, like I said, Summer Walker is a brand new artist. She's a black girl, very young. She's still in her 20s. And what I've noticed is there's been a lot of conversation because she's come out and explained she has social anxiety. But the problem is a lot of people don't really understand what social anxiety is, so they believe she's faking because it's not, because the way she's presenting is not having conversation around mental health, especially within the black community. I've spoken about this before at length because these conversations need to continue. That's exactly why I'm having this conversation today, because I'm fed up with this whole narrative that if a person has a mental health illness, a mental health problem, or is struggling with, mental health issues, that we don't talk about it enough. And if we do talk about it, you have this perception that if it is not what I presume it is, then therefore it does not exist. And that is what people are doing to Summer Walker. They're saying, how can she have social anxiety but she's twerking on Instagram? How can she have social anxiety to the point where she has to cancel her tour, but yet she's posting pictures on Instagram and she used to be a stripper? And you're really not understanding that her being a stripper has absolutely nothing to do with social anxiety, and furthermore it could have developed after she no longer worked as a stripper. So I'm not understanding that narrative.
Really appreciate anyone who genuinely loves my music, plays the fuck out of my music, comes to the shows, comes to the meet and greets, supports me, and really love and accept and respect I'm not going to be able to finish this tour because it doesn't really coexist with my social anxiety and my introverted personality. But I really hope that people understand and respect that at the end of the day, I'm a person.
As black people need to do better to be open to having these conversations instead of battening down the hatches and saying, how dare black people do this to another black person. We should be the last people to be doing this nonsense. We know how hard it is for a black person to survive in this world. Summer Walker is a really good singer, okay, and she makes good music, and she wants to be able to survive in the industry, but her social anxiety is so crippling that she is unable to. Now I'm going to insert a clip about her talking about how she's cancelled her tour because her social anxiety doesn't match up to the tour. She's not able to do it, and you can see it because she was on stage with Usher performing their song Come Through, and she was like literally just standing there. She could barely move. And even when Usher gave her a hug after he came off stage, she literally was frozen. That is what social anxiety does to you. It freezes you up. People who have social anxiety cannot even leave the house. It's crippling. You can become so trapped by your mind that you are unable to go outside and communicate with others. You know, it's a mental illness. You need to stop this nonsense now. Her anxiety is a mental illness by itself. Other people can have bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, etc., and have anxiety along with that, but hers anxiety is just a standard diagnosis. Okay, it's a standard diagnosis. It's not a dual diagnosis like with a few other people. It's just one diagnosis. She has social anxiety, and it's a real mental health illness. And I am fed up of this whole nonsense where people keep saying about she's faking, just because because they basically saw the Soul Train Awards yesterday, and they're saying she's faking because they're saying, oh, she's doing it up for the camera as well. Because when you see her, she's literally on the stage, and she's had the award in her hand, and she's literally shaking. And how can you say that she's faking? Huh? How can you say that she's faking? She's literally shaking. She's literally nervous. You're there saying that she's faking. Like, I really don't understand the cheek of. And it's many black people, like I said, it's many black people who are the ones who criticize. And if you don't understand what mental health illness is, the best thing for you to do is either research. There's gonna be some web links that I'm going to post down below, because this is absolutely shameful. Grown adults going after a grown woman because she's come out and said she has social anxiety, and attacking her constantly, talking about she stinks because she basically said she does not like to have showers. So when she's on tour, she prefers to have baths, but on tour they have to have showers because there's only a shower facility in those tours.
Hi, thank you so much. I didn't expect this. Thank you, LVRN, and thank you, London on the track. I really appreciate it.
There's only shower facilities and these tour buses. So basically what happens is she was having like a whole bath. So basically she just washes like the basics, you know, she just washes the basics. And to me, a lot of people are saying that she stinks and all this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, she does say that she prefers to have a bath. Like, she did not say that she's not washing herself at all, because she's washing herself, okay? It's just not washing to the standard that you would like. And then if it's not that, talking about her hygiene, then you want to be talking about how she's faking having social anxiety. And what's even more surprising is a lot of you are saying, I have social anxiety too, but yet I don't understand how you can say you have social anxiety too, and you know that it manifests in different forms, but yet you've got the freaking cheek to be saying about, oh, I've got social anxiety too, and it doesn't look like how Summer Walker's is portraying it to be, so therefore she's faking. I do believe that some of you are just talking to just run your mouth, because there's actually no constructive criticism that you are giving Summer Walker. You're not giving no constructive criticism. All you're doing is just criticizing to open your ass or mouth, and you don't have no business doing that. Honestly, you just don't. So you know the best thing for you to do would be to mind your business. Okay, it's a simple thing. Let me say it again. Yeah, let me raise my voice a little bit, even though it's got this husky tone to it, because of my cold. Mind your business. I know it's difficult for some of you. I know some of you find that concept a bit too hard to understand, but I'm gonna say it again. Let me say it again. Mind yourself unable to mind your business, do your research. Like I said, I'm gonna post the links down below. Mind, mental health, all of these kind of links. And if you need a therapist, then I'm going to post. And you live here in the UK, then I'm going to post down in the link below a website that I keep sharing with people that I've not used myself. However, I found it's the Black and Asian Therapy Network. So I'm going to post that down below so people can use it as they wish, or if not, just to get some information should you require it in the future. So yes. So that is it. I'm going to wrap the video up here. I've given my opinions. You need to mind your business. You need to stop your foolishness, because it's getting ridiculous. All right, bye.